The evolution of the United States is a story of striving for independence and equality. This journey began in the early 17th century when the first European settlers established colonies on the East Coast. Over the next century, these colonies grew and prospered, but were subject to British rule. The burdens of taxation without representation led to rising discontent and the emergence of revolutionary ideas. Key figures like George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and Benjamin Franklin began to advocate for independence, laying the groundwork for a new nation. The signing of the Declaration of Independence on July 4, 1776, marked a pivotal moment. This document, primarily penned by Jefferson, declared the colony's right to self-determination and listed grievances against King George III. The subsequent Revolutionary War tested the resolve of the 13 colonies. Despite numerous hardships, the Continental Army, under Washington's leadership, achieved a decisive victory at the Battle of Yorktown in 1781, leading to the Treaty of Paris in 1783 and recognizing American independence. With freedom secured, the next challenge was constructing a viable government. The Articles of Confederation were initially adopted but proved ineffective, leading to the Constitutional Convention of 1787. The outcome was the United States Constitution, a robust framework for governance that balanced power among the executive, legislative, and judicial branches. The first 10 amendments, known as the Bill of Rights, were added to ensure individual liberties. As the nation expanded westward and developed economically, the paradox of slavery became more glaring. Figures like Frederick Douglass and Harriet Tubman became symbols of the abolitionist movement, which intensified in the 19th century. The Civil War from 1861 to 1865 was a brutal struggle over the issue of slavery and states' rights. The Union's victory, led by President Abraham Lincoln, preserved the nation and led to the Emancipation Proclamation, which declared all slaves in Confederate territory free. The post-war Reconstruction era aimed to reintegrate the Southern states and ensure civil rights for newly freed African Americans. The 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments were critical in this endeavor, abolishing slavery, providing equal protection under the law, and securing voting rights for black men, respectively. Despite these legal advancements, true equality remained elusive due to Jim Crow laws and segregation. The civil rights movement of the 1950s and 1960s, led by figures like Martin Luther King Jr., sought to dismantle institutionalized racism. Landmark legislation such as the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965 were significant milestones that aimed to ensure equality for all citizens. Today, the United States continues to grapple with issues of equality and justice. Movements advocating for the rights of marginalized groups, including women, LGBTQ+ individuals, and immigrants, reflect an ongoing commitment to the principles outlined in the Declaration of Independence. The United States' history of evolution toward independence and equality is marked by struggle, perseverance, and the continuous quest for a more perfect union.